All right, happy Thursday, everyone. We're going to give a minute for everybody to kind of join in with us here on our Thursday afternoon. How y'all doing today? It is a so far so good day for us. Here is your midday weather update. Again, we're going to give people a moment to kind of join in on the live broadcast before I start the update, because once again, today is a day that we need to remain weather aware. So I want to give people a few minutes just to get here, and it looks like everybody can hear me just fine. And as we begin to start our Thursday, better known as Friday Eve update here, sadly, again, we're going to have to remain weather aware. So let's get into it. Again, staying weather aware today. So if you can see this image on your screen, and if you scan the QR code here in the top corner, it'll take you to our free KCEN TV app, where you can stay informed on the latest news as well as weather. And you definitely want to stay informed on the weather, because again, we are remaining weather aware today. So be sure in your app store, whether that is a Apple or Android device, that you type in KCEN TV, and that way you can find the app there on the App Store. So again, weather aware today as we get ready to deal with the chance for storms once again. Here's our severe weather outlook for today, and it has a level 3 enhanced risk to a level 3 slight risk across our viewing area. And so that level 3 enhanced risk mainly stays for our more western counties. So we're west of I-35, and we're seeing in the areas, if you live near Comanche, Brown, Hamilton, Goldthwaite, Gatesville, Lampasas, and San Saba, you all are under that level 2 slight risk. It remains for you all, but we can all still see the same impacts, which include the threat for hail, damaging winds, as well as isolated tornadoes. So even though we're seeing that greater risk zone more to our western zones, all of us could still see, again, all forms of severe weather possible today. So make sure you are remaining weather aware and staying up to date with us as we continue throughout the rest of our Thursday afternoon. For tomorrow, headed into Friday, the level 2 slight risk remains as well. So we already knew we had the chance for severe weather on Thursday and Friday, but now those risk zones are increasing all of our counties under that level 2 slight risk for Friday, and that continues to hold true. That was the case yesterday, and now today that remains the same. So once again, all threats, all forms of severe weather possible. And now into Saturday, once again here, this is our severe weather outlook on Saturday, and we still have a level 1 marginal risk over the area. So we're dealing with storms today, tomorrow, as well as Saturday. Again, remain weather aware. Start thinking about the safest places to go in your home, knowing where your safe place is. And if you are hearing my voice right now, it's a perfect time to reach out to your friends and family to let them know that we have the chance for severe weather moving in. So since we know we have that threat, let's break down tornado safety, because even though and hopefully we will not see the chance for those isolated tornadoes come to fruition, we still want to prepare for that. So here are some safest places to go in your homes, and you probably heard us talk about them before, but just to reiterate, you want to make sure you are far away from all windows, into interior hallways, closets, bathrooms, or underneath staircases are the safest places to go in your home. And again, not common here, but a basement, if you have one, that will be the best place to go. Again, lowest level of your home, making sure you put a lot of space between you and the outside. And that's because debris could begin to fly if a tornado warning is in effect, or there's something confirmed on the ground. And with debris flying, it could easily hit your walls on the outside of your home and possibly even pierce through your home. So you don't want to be near any windows or any walls in the event that a tornado warning is on the ground. So again, in any interior hallways, closets, bathrooms, or staircases are the best places to go in terms of safest places in your home during the event that a tornado is on the ground. And again, think about your safety kit as well. Once you get into that safe location, pack that safety bag that includes any candles, flashlights, batteries, maybe some non-perishable food items, water bottles, first aid kit. And again, of course, you always want to make sure you have your shoes on once you hear those warnings and watches pop up. Luckily, as of right now, no watches or warnings over our area, but again, we're just preparing for that chance since we have the threat for severe weather over the next several days. So let's break down the difference between a watch and a warning. So most of the time when we have a watch in the area, that means we have favorable conditions for that tornado to be formed. So again, that's when you want to be prepared. Right now we don't have a watch, but you can never be too prepared. So it's still a great time to get those preparations in order. Even though we're not under a watch, we know we have that chance for severe weather later on, and a watch could easily pop up once these storms begin to move into our viewing area. So you always want to be prepared. And we say favorable conditions. Well, what does that mean? We need 4 things in order for a tornado warning to go in effect or a watch to go into effect. Now, all 4 of these things come together is when we see that greater chance for tornadic activity. But if we have some of these ingredients in place, which are lift, wind shear, instability, and moisture, then a watch will go in effect, again, because we have those favorable conditions. So think about it like you're baking a cake. Like when you need a cake, you need all of your ingredients. So you're gathering your ingredients. That is a watch. We're watching it, right? We're getting our stuff together. We're getting prepared. Now, when a warning is in effect, you have mixed those ingredients up, and now that cake is in the oven and it is cooking. That means that we have either a tornado warning that is confirmed on the ground, or we have radar indicated rotation. And what do we mean by radar indicated rotation? So when we think about what we see on our radar, a lot of the times you see a lot of red and green colors, and that's where we're looking at our velocity signatures, which show us the winds moving towards and away from the radar. And the green is moving towards, red is moving away. And if we see tight circulation and it looks like it's spinning, that's how we know that there's some type of rotation within these storms, and that rotation could easily drop a tornado at any point. So that's why we will be under a warning, and that's when you need to take action. So anytime a warning is in effect, you want to take action, getting into your safe zone, listening for the all clear, and most importantly, having those weather alerts turned on loud as well, so you can hear those notifications where they're coming through your phone, and make sure that you can stay up to date with us, especially for today, because it will be an overnight into early morning event. Most people will be sleeping by the time the storms come in, and so you make sure that you have your weather alerts on, because if we have a warning, you need to get up and spring to action very quickly. Now, what does an emergency mean? At this point, if we're in an emergency, that means a tornado has definitely touched down and it is causing damage to people's lives, people's properties. And once again, another instance where you want to take action. Again, it says a severe threat to human life and catastrophic damage. And we know tornadoes can be very deadly as well as damaging. So again, prepare first, and then once the warnings, and hopefully never get to the point where we're in an emergency, but once they do happen, you will be able to take action very quickly. So there's the breakdown between a tornado watch and tornado warning and emergency. So things to know, or more things to think about when we're preparing for severe storms. Now, we know that we have the possibility for hail, high winds, and a lot of heavy rainfall, but some things that we kind of just lose our memory, I should say, or just not as important as most stuff as we're getting ready for severe weather, is where to park our cars, thinking about your outdoor items, and not traveling at all when it's raining outside. I know most people are like, oh, it's just a storm, it's rain, but you don't want to be caught outside when it's storming and raining, again, because hailstorms come, and then also the threat and the risk for flash flooding. So more things to think about is limiting your time, or limiting your travel altogether during the time that a severe thunderstorm is coming through our area. Again, they could quickly go from a severe thunderstorm to a tornado warning. So again, not traveling at that time when we have the threat for severe weather moving in. bringing in your outdoor items, which also include like any outdoor furniture. Maybe you have outdoor plants, and definitely your pets. You don't want to leave them outside in the storm either. And also keep in mind of where you're parking your car. Hopefully you can get it under some type of covering or in a garage if you have one, because again, hail up to an inch in size could cause damage to your car. So you definitely don't want that to happen. So again, there's just a few things to think about as we get ready for today's storms. Now, let's time it out. I know most of you all are probably wondering, when is it going to rain today? I know we made mention of it, and here is one model run. We're going to take a look at our graph model first, and this model is a long range model, so it picks up more than 1 to 2 days. And so let's see what the graph model has for us as we step through the rest of Thursday evening. Staying dry at that 5 p.m. hour. Headed into 9 o'clock, we're mostly dry as well. We will see cloud cover increase, and you see the winds are moving in out of the southeast. And then by 9 p.m., people in the if you're in the Brazos Valley, College Station area, then you will begin to see some isolated downpours of rain by that 9 p.m. hour. Even some rain moving into portions near Marlin. Again, just light scattered showers by 9 o'clock before the rain intensifies into early Friday morning. And right now what we have positioned over us is a warm front that is stalled over our area, again increasing that chance for rain, along with the low pressure system, and we have high pressure out to the east as well as north of us. So right now under that stalled warm front, and then into early Friday morning we're going to see that warm front transition into a stationary front. And so for Friday, that's why we have another round of storms possible, because we have that stalled frontal boundary over our area through much of the day early Friday. You begin to see those winds there converging as this storm is making its way across the area. Widespread heavy rainfall by 3 a.m. on Friday morning. Looks to be like the rain will be clearing out near that 6 a.m. hour on Friday. So it looks like it will be a quick event for tomorrow morning. But again, with these frontal boundaries, they can stall off or they can take their time once they begin to start, once it begins to start raining. So storms will head towards the southeast again throughout early Friday morning. We're going to stay mostly dry through the day on Friday. And then as we head into the evening hour, we will begin to see some more rain build in for our more southern counties. Now dry most of Friday night, and then here is Saturday morning where we're going to see the return of rainfall, and again still under that level 1 marginal risk for early Saturday. So even into Saturday we have another frontal boundary layer that will be stalled over us and moving across rather early Saturday morning. There's 9:30, and again heavy rainfall associated with this one as well. So the storms will pass over I-35 by 9 a.m. on Saturday, and then by lunchtime we should see most clearing over, much of the clearing over central Texas. But then for the Brazos Valley, you all will be seeing rain near lunchtime, and then the return of scattered showers and thunderstorms by 5 p.m. on Saturday. We have a very unsettled atmosphere right now, so we're going to continue to see the chance for on and off again heavy downpours into the weekend, and then by late Saturday night into early Sunday morning, once again more rain returning as storms are firing up off the dry line. Now that was the graph model. Let's take a look of the HER. The HER is more of a short range model which picks up data 1 to 2 days out. So we're going to step through again time-wise, but again, we're looking at a different model run here. And by 5 p.m. today, the HER is picking up that we could see some thunderstorm activity already. And as we head into the rest of our Thursday evening, we're going to see more rain intensify by 8 p.m. And again, that's why I say it's important for us to look at these different model runs to determine when and where it's going to rain and when we all can tell you all to be prepared. So one model says as early as 5 p.m. The other model says as early as 9. So timeline wise, you want to make sure that you're at least remaining weather aware by that 5 o'clock hour, if we could possibly see the chance for rain moving in and sticking around through the rest of the night. Now a lot of the heaviest rain is down towards the south of our viewing area, and we will see the chance for some thunderstorm activity for sure later on tonight. But exactly when will that thunderstorm activity move away from the College College Station will not be until early Friday morning. So we could see rain all night. Again, more for our southern counties. Here in Central Texas, we're going to stay mostly dry, and then into early Friday morning, once again, seeing the return of rainfall. And again, we're showing different models to show you all the difference in what we're tracking heading into early Friday morning. So still by 3 a.m. though, expected to see that widespread rainfall into early Friday morning, and then some clearing, but then we got return of rainfall by 8 a.m. on Friday. So make sure that you are just staying weather aware early as 5 p.m. this evening. Take a check of our 6 News at 5 to make sure we don't have any storms in the area. But by later on this evening into Friday nearing lunchtime, that's when you want to have your weather guard up, and again, alerts turned on loud, because that's when we could see the greatest chance for rain moving into our area. By Friday afternoon, again, this model still picking up on some heavier activity by 3 p.m. and then sliding towards the southeast by Friday evening. Rainfall total wise, we can expect to see between 2.5 up to about 2.5, nearing 3 inches of rainfall by Saturday afternoon. So a lot of heavy rainfall is going to be associated with these storms as they move through, and we could definitely see more collected in some of these areas where they get heavy rainfall. And again, if these storms stall off, then we could see more rain at that time. Taking a check of our radar right now, here's some thunderstorm activity developing towards the north of us here, and we had an isolated cell moving through. It's moving out of Mejia right now, so we have seen some isolated downpours already for our Thursday afternoon. And again, we can see rain as early as 5 p.m. possible. And from the storms up to the north, if they decide to trickle into our area, then that HER model will definitely hold true, showing that we will see rain as early as 5 p.m. So again, you can check in with us at 6 News at 5 to make sure we don't have any thunderstorm activity in our area at that time. But again, we're bracing ourselves for the chance for severe weather moving in later on tonight. So we started off the morning pretty warm, and then we're seeing those southeast winds picking up between about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Into the rest of the afternoon, we're going to see temperatures into the upper 80s, and then later on your evening drive, again, seeing the chance for some scattered thunderstorms pick up there. So luckily, as we continue throughout the rest of the afternoon right now, we're not seeing a lot of development. Here's another check of your radar, and I'm going to check the chat here to make sure no one doesn't have any questions here. And I'm just getting some hellos. Hey y'all, how y'all doing on y'all Thursday? And I know most people don't have like a parking garage or a parking covering, and so I don't know, maybe you can cover your car in a blanket. Hopefully just try to do anything, maybe Google ways to protect your car during a hailstorm, and hopefully you can find some instructions there on the best things to do if you don't have a parking garage or any type of covering, because you definitely want to protect your cars. If we're talking hail up to an inch in diameter or greater, could cause damage to your car. So again, I'm checking the chat to make sure we all don't have any questions. I'm gonna go back to the Futurecast. I seen somebody said they just joined, so I'm gonna step back through the Futurecast, and then I'm gonna show the HER model versus the graph. And so I showed 2 different ones, but I'm gonna show the HER because the HER has thunderstorm activity coming in a little earlier than the graph model. So the difference between the HER and the graph, if you've never heard of that terminology, this particular model here that I'm going to show you is a short range model. So it picks up data about 1 to 2 days out, and the graph model that I showed earlier is a long range model which picks up data between 1 to 3 days out. So we always want to look at the one that has the higher resolution, as well as more data for 1 to 2 days, because that's what's more important, what's happening right now and when is it coming through our area. So again, even now it's showing a little bit of more of that activity that we've seen already on our radar. We're seeing some of that still holding true on the graph as well. We just seen a batch of storms move through Mejia, some isolated downpours possible through the afternoon, and then as we head into that 5 p.m. hour, seeing more thunderstorm activity develop. Hopefully it won't be as intense as this model run is showing, but by 5 p.m. just make sure you are staying weather aware, having your weather guard up, again, alerts turned on loud, and tuning in to 6 News at 5 to see exactly what will be happening at your 5 p.m. hour. Stepping through the rest of the evening, we can expect to see that chance for storms continue to develop across central Texas. Again, I mentioned before, we had that warm front that is going to be stalled off, bringing us that chance for thunderstorm activity through the rest of the night. And again, mostly towards our southern counties, seeing the heaviest of the rain for late Thursday night. And again, you see those wind converging there as that frontal boundary continues to push out, and then into early Friday morning, we're going to see more rain and storms develop. Now, as we transition into Friday, we're going to see that warm front be replaced by a stationary front that's going to continue to bring us that threat for storms there. So around 1 a.m. on Thursday morning, the heaviest of the storms are towards the College Station area, and then also towards our northern counties over Bosque County, as well as near Gulfway, Hamilton, Comanche and Brown, and Hill County as well. So again, that's when we'll see some of the isolated thunderstorms return into early Friday morning. Here's 3 a.m. on Friday, and we will continue to see the chance for heavy showers and storms widespread by 3 a.m. Friday morning. Headed into that 8 a.m. hour, more rain possible. Again, hopefully this model is overdoing it just a touch, but again, you want to remain weather aware up until lunchtime on Friday, because we could definitely have that chance for development as we have those stalled frontal boundaries that could produce the chance for storms. And even through 3 p.m. we can see more rain and storms develop here, and then we should see some clearing by Friday evening, and then before we see rain return on Saturday. Again, I'm checking the chat here to make sure I answer all questions. If you hear me get quiet for a second, I'm just making sure I hit everybody's questions here. Yeah, I'm hoping that we don't get any extremely crazy storms today either, but again, we are preparing. And yes, we do have a low threat for tornadoes. I shouldn't say low, more of an isolated threat for tornadoes if you're just now joining us. All right, yeah, we definitely want everybody to be safe. And then I'm gonna go back, take it to the top one more time just to show the severe risk zone for today. Then I will get ready to end here shortly if nobody else has any questions. So this is today's severe weather outlook, and it's a level 3 enhanced risk, that orange color that you see for our western counties, and then a level 2 slight risk for all of central Texas remaining, and then into the Brazos Valley. So that means that we could see hail up to about 1 inch in size or greater, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour or greater, and we could also see the isolated chance for a tornado. So we definitely have the threat for tornadoes possible today. Luckily though, we're not under any watches or warnings, so that is great news as of right now, but that could change as we see rain get closer and closer. So again, near that 5 p.m. hour, that's when you want to check back again with us on 6 News at 5 to get the latest weather information there, to see if we have that chance for rain already picking up or if we are under a watch or warning. But as of right now, that's not the case. But again, we have that level 3 enhanced risk and level 2 slight risk, signifying that we could possibly see that once storms are picking up and producing. Again, since it will be a late night into early morning event, just make sure you have your weather alerts turned on. You already know the safest place to go in your home, and you can get there very quickly in the event that we have a warning in place. All right, y'all. So I think that's all the questions that I have. Hopefully I have given you all the information that you need as of right now. And again, we'll be back at 6 News at 5, 6, and of course at 10 o'clock with more information and weather updates. And again, just praying for everyone's safety. I know that we all are still continuing to recover from last week's storms, and once again dealing with another threat for possible tornadoes. So again, our thoughts and prayers continue to go out to you and your family. We're going to continue to be Temple strong and continue to help each other in this time of need. And I'm going to make sure, and we're going to make sure here at the 6 News weather team is going to keep you informed on any threatening weather. But as of right now, I don't have any more questions in the chat. I'm going to let you all go, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your Thursday.